damage paired with that Venusaur and also some tech cards like a Lurantis or Tapu Bulu. He's really made like this whole thing shine, pardon the pun, but
Yeah, so on Harrison's side, like you said, we do have that Venusaur deck.
tech cards like a Lurantis or Tapu Bulu. He's really made like this whole thing shine, pardon the pun, but
Yeah, so
Quality's not shit. Okay, chillin'. Quality's not shit. Okay, chillin'. Come on in.
pretty interesting. We saw it play on camera once yesterday versus Greninja, unfortunately, which not exactly a great matchup. It's Harrison on your screen now. Then on your left, we do have Andrew Mahone, St. Louis regional champion in 2015, I believe. Has had a pretty good season with no top seeds going in the tournament. Looks like both players are set up, so we're going to get started here pretty soon. Andrew is playing the Lycanroc Buzzwole deck that we just talked about. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the prizes as players finish setting up. We're going to take a look at Andrew's.
right, there's a strong energy in the prizes.
And Auxiliary.
And Auxiliary, he does play, or should play at least the 2-2.
Yeah, I think most lists are playing the 2s. Hopefully that won't hurt him too badly. One Venusaur prized for Harrison, but nothing else really of note.
There's a card we don't really see for Revitalizer.
Yeah, Revitalizer, I used to haunt people's...
Oh, you look miserable.
Don't really see that card too much anymore. And player...
Chilling out real quick. Welcome my 6 people to our first YouTube stream, I think. Yeah. Not too bad. It's actually kind of smooth right now, so. Let me do this. That. Yeah, it's gonna be a video on the channel. And Happy New Year, Rich and AJ. What's going on, guys? Let me post this in Burbank real quick. So my logic of not using Twitch was we don't make money anyways off of either. So like I might as well do YouTube, because it's actually like a little bit smoother interface. For some reason, Twitch kind of lags more than YouTube. So I don't know what logic is. But Happy New Year's. First up is Mahone does like versus Harrison Grandish. Shiny Genesect. Yeah, it's live. Good. Yeah, YouTube's beast. Happy New Year's, everyone. I hope your guys' night was better than mine. One of our friends got so hammered by 9:45, he was already like blackout, throwing up all over himself. Just use Mixer, Russell? Former Beam site? I don't know what that is, bro. Alright, one last post, and then we should be good. Yeah, we're going to Dallas. I'm actually trying to talk to Tatio and seeing if we could hold our meta discussion the Friday night before the tournament, like live. So we can talk and then I don't know. I wanted to do something where we have like a microphone being passed around, and then if people have actual legitimate questions, they can ask it there, and then they can ask the group. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm working hard on this. All right, let's get started on this video. So, start recording and go.
Players are ready. Looks like Harrison is going to go first.
So first, let's see if they prize anything significant. I'm pretty sure they didn't.
Yesterday versus Greninja, unfortunately, which not exactly a great matchup. It's Harrison on your screen now. Then on your left, we do.
And I think Harrison hasn't been to many events before, so he had a bunch of questions throughout the match, like how does this work, how does time work, and stuff. So I'm not sure it'll be relevant.
Pretty soon, Andrew is playing the Lycan Rock.
Oh, okay. So the mixture has no delay. That's dope. Yeah, I kind of hate the delay. I wish there wasn't one.
At the prizes as players,
but whatever.
Take a look at Andrew's.
Stretcher, strong, ultra ball, nothing.
And
Artillery, he does play, or should play at least the 2-2.
I think they end up tying. I remember watching this live. Tie. Elixir, Venusaur. Oh, winner Venusaur's prize. Okay. I think he played 2-1, 2-1? That's the kind of stuff I'm scared of. You're going to have that happen. You have to like luck out, draw into an ultra ball to get to Venusaur.
Dreams with Bioplume and Forest of Giant Plants in play, but don't really see that card too much anymore. And players are ready. Looks like Harrison is going to go first.
All right.
Bulbasaur on the bench.
Bulbasaur attach a grass.
So both open Lele. He opened a Bulbasaur plus an Elixir.
Granted, he can only attach it to the Bulbasaur, but thanks to Shining Genesect, it's able to move energy to itself.
Ah, that's fair.
So,
well, if he misplays at the end just because he was rushing, that's kind of like somewhat reasonable. So Elixir. Oh, that's cute Bulbasaur. Holy crap. I'm gonna play that deck this next weekend. Just because I like the way the Bulbasaur looks. So, alright. I love the commentators, but they're talking too much. Alright. So he's gonna end. Yeah, like I guess what's really cool about having the Shining Genesect is that when you elixir to dead targets, Bulbasaur, Venusaur, other Lele, etc., like you can still transfer them over to Shining Genesect, so it's not completely horrible to have that happen. Oh, he's one of those. Oh, there you put it on top. Okay. I thought he's not gonna cut. I was like, what a beast. Oh, my face cam's in the way of Bulbasaur? Alright. I'll remind you guys there's Bulbasaur there. So he draws into the giant Shining Genesect. And his hand's kind of dead, so I assume he passes here. So he picks up Shining Genesect to read it. I guess I'd reread it too. Once per turn, you may move energy from one to another. Brookla. Remoraid? No? Alright, so he gets a buzz. Oh, you wanna go out, dog? There you go. So he gets promo Buzzwole on bench. Which isn't that bad. Buzzwole's going to be key to this matchup. Mahone does play Parallel City, though. Which will probably do 20 energy or 20 damage less for Grass. Which could mess up his numbers for Shining Genesect. But I don't see that happening too much. If Lele attacks Genesect with Venusaur in play, does the Lele do twice as much damage? Yes, it does. It counts as if it had damage on the board. Energy Reload allows him to take one grass energy attached to one of his Pokemon and put it onto Shining Genesect. So he moved it from Bulbasaur onto Shining Genesect. So it's like Helixir to it. Shining Genesect at the beginning of the game. And then Mahone has nothing else, so he just goes for an N. I like Mewtwo Evo. Mewtwo EX is scary to play because it sacrifices 2 prizes, but it depends on like the kind of meta you're expecting. If you're expecting heavy Buzzwole Lycanroc, then play both. Just so you don't lose to that matchup. Yeah, Elixir to Bulbasaur. So Mahone's gets down his Remoraid here. He really wanted the Buzzwole early, which I agreed with. So we can get the Finding Energy Choice Band. The Floatstone here is just gonna allow him put pressure down. He should. He passed? He didn't pass. No. Alright, no, alright. He's still doing stuff. Alright. 60. 32 Bulbasaur. No, what? Alright. So. Okay. I'm trying to understand Mahone's logic here. So poking the Genesect down lets you, I guess, one-shot it earlier. Let me look up Shining Genesect's HP. Okay. So it's 130. So if you poke it with 30 and you bring it down to 100, then a strong plus a Buzzwole is double Jet Punch for a KO. Or puts us in Lycanroc range, but he didn't even get like a Rockruff to begin with. So what I wanted to do was you just put pressure down on the Bulbasaur, and then they have 2 turns to turn into a Venusaur, because I'm pretty sure Ivysaur's HP isn't that high. So like you force out the candy into them, and you also put the Venusaur. Yeah, Ivysaur's HP is 90. Oh, that's DEX. Whatever. I'm pretty sure they don't even get to like 100s. Yeah, there's a Bulbasaur down on the very bottom. Sorry. I'll edit it. I guess I should edit it now. And see if we can change this thing up. And put this to the very top. And here you go. We'll make it ugly, but you guys can see the Bulbasaur. So, that'll be fun. Ivysaur has 100. Wow, what a champ. Yeah, you can clear Genesect with the second attack already, so there's no need. You just put on the Bulbasaur. I didn't agree with this. Because if anything, if he doesn't hit Candy Venusaur for the next like 3 turns or the Ivysaur, then you get to poke it down with 2 more pokes, which is definitely going to happen. Certainly reasonable. Harrison. Ooh, what a juicy hand. My God. What is he doing? Brookle Hill. Okay. Gets Remoraid and checks resources. Grass Energy, Elixir. I guess he's doing more pointing at the Brooklet Hill just to let the judge know that he's using it. They're discussing Whistle Baton, which is meh. Like, it's not going to do much until he gets more energy in play. So Elixir's down. Probably going to throw on Genesect. Doesn't whiff it, of course. Never whiff. In shuffling, do you think full art one of supporters stack, or do full art stack in general? I believe they stack, but everyone tells me it's a myth. Yeah, I trust it. I've played with full arts before, and I feel like they do stack, so that's enough for me not to play them. I play one of full art supporters, that way when I lay first turn, I can play my deck quickly. Whatever. So Genesect gets another energy. Pay the retreat. and smacks it for 110. Jeez. I went 5-3-1 in Memphis. I went to round 8, and I needed to win my next 2, and I lost them both, which kind of sucked. I lost to Abulu. Good player. He god drew me game 1 and 3. He was admitting, he's like, this is the best I've drawn all day. And then round 9, I played against a Gardevoir player, and he kind of ran hot off of N. Like, it was like N you into some crap like that, and then he just hit Rare Candy plus X. Mahone drew Brooklet, held out Buzzwole, and I didn't like this. I wanted him to get Rockruff. But whatever. I think that the Rockruff can actually go for a rather solid sweep. I also would want to get 2 a Fighting Energy and a Elixir down onto Lele, because I think Lele is the key to beating the Shining Genesect deck. Because right now you just pop it for way too much damage, but whatever. Yeah, his hand is Fighting Energy plus Elixir. Why pay more? Yeah, exactly. I'd rather spend my money giving cash to the team. But Mahone has a really awkward hand. He can't go for the Fighting Energy attachment plus the Elixir without throwing away the Ultra Ball, I think. Yeah, see, I didn't like that right there. So, as someone just mentioned in chat, if you boost the Shining Genesect's ability off of Venusaur, then Lele also counts that many energy onto it. So right now it would have 6 energy if he gets the Venusaur out. Also, if he attached a Fighting Energy to Lele here, and then a Max Elixir to it, he would get a clean 100 KO on the Shining Genesect and wipe the board of all the energy. But he really can't find a way to retreat, considering the fact that he put a Choice Band on Buzzwole. So it's kind of like he trapped himself by adding the Choice Band early, and he couldn't really see the way Harrison's deck was gonna get progress the following turn. The way he was gonna hit Elixir and then another Grass Energy and then retreat and do a 110 off of it. So I don't really hate that, but looking back at the matchup, I feel like you can play this a lot more patient and a lot more Lele oriented on Mahone's side than you could with how he progressed it now, with the band early, because I'm pretty sure the 60 damage on the Lele might not be too relevant until he's gonna start swinging with Lycanroc. So we'll see how it goes. No, like when 3/4 of your deck is foiled out, a lot of people I know foil out their stuff. I don't like to. I feel like they stack together, and it hinders my gameplay. I'm trying to win, so. He can Guzma here and go for some pressure, but I think he wants to take the aggressive route and get to a Rockruff. So yeah, second attachment, and then Sycamore. That band really trapped him. It kind of sucks, but whatever. So he hit a Reggie. He might just be looking to sacrifice this Buzzwole. Shining Genesect hits hard, dude. So much damage so early. I mean, it's 3 energy, and I think he hit double Elixir already, so more power to him. Yeah, so he's just kind of conceding the turn, and conceding the Buzzwole to a 30-30 poke. Right now he could have 30 on the active, then 30 on Remoraid, and 30 on Bulbasaur had he picked the other route that we discussed earlier. And Harrison just about to string Grass Energy along. It's super free for him. His hand looks like Grass Energy, Rare Candy, Sycamore, N, and another Grass Energy, which is easy. An easy N away. I don't think you even need to attach a Grass Energy here, but considering that Genesect has that ability, you can attach one to the Lele and then N. I don't like that. So he he artillery for 1. But the way I see it is, had he just like end and then drew into an Ultra Ball, then he would have been able to thin his hand out for another artillery. Also, he could have end himself into a Candy, Ivysaur, Candy Venusaur, and Ivysaur, another Shining Genesect, any other Pokemon, or any other tools to play down. So when I end myself to 6, and if I have Octi in play, I just choose not to Octi for the 1, because I feel like you can get more value for a 2 or 3 later. But, you know, just hindsight crap. I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, yeah, he says if you shove my deck, I get my own self-cut. Oh, that's fine. See, that's the kind of stuff, like, when you ask questions like that and you take a self-cut, you're wasting time. You don't want to tie. I mean, look at that hand. So, my man drew into Ultra Ball, Baton, Sycamore, Rare Candy, Floatstone, and I think that's a Lele at the bottom, or we'll just call it X. But that's like a godlike Octillery hand. Like, you just attach Floatstone to your Octillery, you Wishful Baton to active, and then you Ultra Ball, Candy Venusaur, Octillery for 5. Like, my god. He should have just done that first, but... yeah, it's going to be available when I go offline. I'm recording it right now. I'm way too lazy to edit it, so we're just going to go... We're going raw. We're going crazy. Harrison has a lot of experience with his deck, as he said on Twitch and multiple times in Verbank and Hey Fonte, so I'm pretty sure he's going to Ultra Ball away the Sycamore... and maybe the X card. If not, he wants to get rid of the Wishful Baton. His line of thinking could be he just wants to establish Venusaur. Mahone hasn't played a Field Blower yet, so he might just have a Field Blower ready post N. Meaning he doesn't want a Baton yet. He probably wants to see Mahone have to waste one first. But we'll see how he plays this. Still godlike Octillery hand afterwards, yeah. Ultra Ball away the Sycamore or Batons here? Okay. He doesn't need the Venusaur in play, but it's so great to establish it right now. Oh, it's a Mallow. Okay. That's fantastic. That's even better. How do you draw like this? Yeah, get rid of the float. You don't even need it. You have a Mallow. The Mahone's got it ready. Let me read this. Gold. He Ultra Ball just to get his Venusaur online. But no. Okay, so... So one of the guys in chat, Sam Soldier, said he Octillery just because he needed to get an Ultra Ball or Venusaur and to get him online. But that's 1 card. Like, how lucky are you Octi for 1 to try and get that, when right now an Octi would pop his hand off. His hand's already popped off. This end was fantastic. But for him to get more out of it would be so much better value. So he needs another Genesect right now after getting to this. But, whatever. Like, the Abyssal for 5 would have been phenomenal here. And I don't even think he had an Ultra Ball early in the game. He manually drew into Genesect and Bulbasaur and Lele. And so the odds of him drawing into Ultra Ball was fantastic off of N. Check that. Grabs 2 prizes. Venusaur plus Max Elixir are the cards he took off the prizes. So Mahone's now thinking, he's like, alright, I need a Field Blower plus X. You always bring up your Floatstone Pokemon. That's kind of like Pokemon 101. And this turn's really going to tell us how Mahone plans on dealing with, like, his initial setup. Is he going to poke down Venusaur, try to one-shot it? Or is he trying to get, like, the KO on the active Genesect and then hit for a Field Blower? So he finally gets a Rock Growth, which I wanted him to do earlier, but whatever. I guess this is one thing I wanted to go over. So people think, like, just because your opponent's playing grass, you don't want to ever establish Lycanroc. But what Lycanroc allows you to do is rush down your opponent in ways that even with weakness, they might not be able to overcome they might not be able to catch up with you mid game if you rush them down. This was like Rahul's and everyone's logic behind like being better. The Lycanroc Zoroark deck being better than Zoroark Golisopod deck because you can have a lot of like initial early. And Is the coaching thing in the title going to be talked about at the end? Yeah, I'm going to talk about it after this video. The coaching thing was pretty much just like my opinion on coaching and how I view it and how people pay for it. Obviously, I have incentives because I run someone's PC, and then I personally don't coach right now. And if I did coach, I would overcharge for it just because I have so much crap on my I don't have enough time to do that. Where if I do it, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and then I'm going to get paid for it a lot, unnecessarily a lot. But whatever. Would you go for the knock on the Venusaur or the Genesect this turn? Honestly, considering the fact that he didn't get a Rock Ruff early and he can't go for like a Sycamore into Lycanroc play plus Field Blower to really like hone out his options, I might just settle fishing for the Field Blower this turn and then take out the Shining Genesect. The next Genesect that comes up, Harrison would have to hit Floatstone plus Genesect plus another Grass Energy, so he can use the Energy Drive ability to move the Grass Energy off of Lele to the new Shining Genesect. But in my view, I'd be like, that's going to be tough for him to do. In Harrison's view, he already has the Mallow. It's going to happen. And I haven't seen that part of the VOD yet, so I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen right now. I'll talk about coaching afterwards. Anyways, let's get going. Too many questions. I like Mahomes' Ruffle Shuffling. It's very smooth. Very even. So, he hit an Elixir. This is tough. Honestly, if I was in Mahomes' position, I'd be making misplays too. Okay, that makes sense. So, he's sacrificing it and saying, screw it. I'm just going to sacrifice off a Venusaur. Okay, I super didn't like this. Okay, so he went Lele or Guzma, bring up my Lele, and then attach Floatstone to the Lele so I can find an option to retreat. I'm not sure if he's trying to like bring up his artillery numbers that he can potentially get off of this KO, and because he knows he prized one. So the other logic could be, I don't know, like I don't like doing this. I never like putting down extra resources in my hand for no reason. Like the way the hand looked, all he needed to do right now was just retreat Guzma right into Buzzwole and then take a KO on it. Save the Floatstone in hand for when you get end. But I guess they're not gonna be super critical in this matchup. He already has one in play. I don't like that. I feel like then he can go for some kind of stall off of artillery. But whatever, I don't super hate it. I just, it's just a way I like to play conservatively. Should just bring a Buzz here and then anyway, why not put Floatstone on memory? Yeah, there's a bunch of things he could have done here. He might be thinking that he might target down his artillery, if he in the future anyways, and if you Floatstone on artillery, or the Remoraid, then he'll lose a Floatstone plus the artillery resource instead of losing both Floatstones. I just don't agree with playing down a Floatstone to begin with, but it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing horrible. It's not super critical. Why do we talk about it? Just because this is how I feel like I learn better, or I learn more. Energy goes on Rock Ruff. I agree with that. It should have been there from the beginning. You never play Blower the Brookle Hill. You never Blower the Brookle Hill as Harrison, though. Obviously, you never Barrel Brookle Hill. I'm talking about he's going to Blower the Float. So you, like, double float for no reason. If you think it's a dead card, that's fine. I find myself getting trapped from stupid stuff, and I tend to play more conservatively. But that's me playing as an idiot instead of just allowing the fact that I can just play a deck with no Floatstones. So Harrison's chilling, because he's got Mallow Artillery, the juice, and Mahone hit it with the Knuckle Impact instead of Absorption GX, which I don't hate, but he doesn't have a secondary attacker built up that you actually want to swing with. Like, I wouldn't want to swing with Lycanroc next turn. I might have just burned my GX attack on that so I can swing with the same Buzzwole. Because if you draw into Field Blower, you win the game. Bearing he doesn't get down a Bulbasaur, but he will get one Bulbasaur there. Okay, so look at that. He went for Blower the Brookle Hill and Floatstone anyways. I didn't agree with hitting the Brookle Hill. I would have keep the Brookle Hill. I don't care. Get double float, and then now when if he would have hit double float, you could have forced Mahone to not play off of the cards he's going to draw off the top of his deck for any kind of Guzma plays that he's making. So if you hit the Floatstone, there's none of this like, oh, look, for your retreat, I'm just going to put that active. It's more like if I bring up Buzz and I need to do this, I have to pay energy to retreat, and you put him more in a taxing situation. Whatever. Maybe he just didn't want him to keep fishing out Rockart for Buzzwole. Like I said, Harrison has more experience with this matchup than I do. I'm just trying to sit down and analyze it. I would hit double float. You know, like, take that. Let's wait and play double float against me. So he's going to Mallow. Probably a Bulbasaur? If not a Revitalizer. Yeah, but he already had out a Buzz, and, like, does Buzz super scare you right now? Gone for number rain rate if you want to or later. Direct punish to Knuckle Impact. To get rid of both float effects. Yeah. He might have Prized Revitalizer. Hurricane Bulbasaur. Okay. I don't hate it. If I was Mahone, that was exactly what I would fear. This is why we need teammates back in the format, man. Cause like, I want my blower. I need it now. Okay. Artillery for 3. I guess he didn't want a Max Elixir first? Why wouldn't you Max Elixir? Just put him away, who cares? But you could have done that first. What? You -1. I don't agree with that. I don't like what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing. Show the first card. I barely saw it. Alright. Say la 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 la. If Snake is the coolest Smash character. Dude, Snake is the best Smash character. I was a Snake main in Brawl. You just, you Dacus cancel all over the place. And just go up and down and up and down. Okay, so Harrison smacked for the 110. Mahone super needs to... His hand's actually not that bad. He can Ultra Ball, Lycanroc, bring up Bulbasaur, or Ultra Ball another Buzzwole, or Octillery. I'm pretty sure he needs to play a 2-2 Octillery line though. And he does. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, get the Octillery. Oh, dude, if he just uses GX attack on the first turn, lose a card from Auxiliary to increase Elixir chances. I would have just straight up grabbed the. I would have played Elixir, and then +1 because you needed a Shining Genesect in play right now. I feel like that would have put him in a super good spot. So you attach to the Rockruff, of course. Now he has Sycamore plus Octi. That's a very awkward situation. Yeah, and he didn't draw much off of that. I think he got Lycanroc, Sycamore, Choice Band, Ultra Ball. Yeah, I'm uploading it later. Feel free to just carry on with your New Year's Day. I'm probably going to do 2 more VOD reviews or talk about coaching in a little bit and how I view it. Alright, Ultra Ball. Ditching this ban because it's useless in this matchup. Useless. You can kill the Lele with like bench poke damage. Oh, he's at a Buzz. Is he at a Buzz? Yeah, he prized the last one. Yeah, you get the Rockruff here, bruh. Not using the GX attack super sucks for Mahone here. Like, my god, that's awful. Maybe he's hoping to draw into Guzma off of the the Octillery, but even then, like, Harrison would just pop the same Buzzwole for another 110. Looking back, maybe we should have just took out the Genesect instead of the Venusaur. Ugh, whatever. Seems odd. I'll have to think it through a little bit longer. No one's respecting Garbodor. Because it doesn't even deserve respect. There's a new Lord and Savior Zoroark here. Lele. What? What? Mahone? What? Sycamore. No, I didn't support our Octillery. Chill out. Chill out, fam. You're already gonna win. Chill. Yeah, there's nothing you can even draw into, man. Like this. Extent. No, Lele is juice with Venusaur. Energy drive on the Genesect could be. But like. Alright, we can talk about this. I'm not sure if chat gets saved in the VODs, so I guess we'll worry about that later. Let me actually shrink this because it looks weird with my face. Better? Yeah, whatever. Alright. Yeah, I know he tweeted like he played like garbage. I'm not really like crapping on Mahone here. And we already talked about this a couple times in Verbeek and Heyfonte. It's not so much the misplays that he's making, it's recognizing the misplays at hand and how everyone in the future and everyone watching this, including myself, can learn from it and try and approach this matchup if you run into it on stream. Which means Absorption was clearly the better play. So, whatever. Everyone's going to bitch at me because we have a paywall and blah, 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 and articles. Well, I'm trying to do this for the community and, like, doing VOD reviews and helping us all learn together. Because a lot of times people are like, well, he misplayed or played this like crap or shouldn't this and that. And it's like, the best players in the game know they make misplays. Me and Pram, because he used to live here, like, 3 hours away from me, we see each other at Cup stuff. We used to talk about how much we misplay, like, every game and just win anyways, and we just learn from it and then keep moving forward. So Mahone is smart enough to know that, yes, he made a lot of misplays, but it's recognizing the fact that he made misplays and how we can improve upon them in the future that helps the community as a whole as well as this matchup, and pushes the meta further and further. Which is why we have stupid tech cards like Multi-Switch, which is turned from like a 3-cent common into one of the best cards in the deck. All right. I'm pretty sure Mahone's going to get blown out this game. I don't see it happening. I don't even think he was nervous. I'm pretty sure he just inexperienced with the matchup. Mahone's been on stream before. I can't be nervous. Like, alright, if I retreat this dude, bring up Lycanroc, knock out Lele, he's going to bring up Genesect, one-shot Lycanroc, and I can't even end him out of the game because he has Octillery. So if he gets next turn Rare Candy Venusaur plus Genesect, the game ends. Like, period. There's no way he's going to win this. And he drew the Field Blower anyway, which is, that adds insult to injury. Post Ultra Ball into Lycanroc. So Smacks goes down to 3. Really makes no difference. Yeah. Do you think No Zoroark Ninetales is a real deck? No, I think Ninetales is kind of meh right now. Let's switch him Buzzrock, yeah. Rare Candy Venusaur. Dang, this dude had the juice, my god. Shiny Genesect. Game. Alright. So, this is one thing I was going to talk about in coaching. And why I think when people say you don't need coaching, just play with your friends, blah, 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 it's complete crap. I think that coaching in games where mechanics aren't a viable skill or necessary skill, physical mechanics aren't necessary skill to succeed, that coaching has more value than it ever has before. So the reason being is when you're playing like a game like Smash or what are some other ones with like high mechanics? So like football, soccer, basketball, all those stuff. Like they're very high physical mechanics. And then the card game that we play is all based upon mindset, and it's essentially chess with moving pieces in different points. So it's like, instead of playing the same chess game over and over again, we have like different kinds of chess pieces to play with and play to our opponent's strategy. So at this point in the game, you really have to ask yourself as a player, how can I win? And what's the likelihood of me winning here? At least from Mahone's point of view. So my dude has his final Buzzwall prized. He has 110 damage on 1 Buzzwall, and his opponent's about to go down to 2 prizes left to his 3. So he needs 2 knockouts, one of them being on a GX, which isn't even on board, all while doing it with a single Lycanroc, never to get attacked back. So as soon as he took the knockout on the Lele, and then the Rare Candy Venusaur came down, Mahone should have scooped it up, and we probably wouldn't have a tie right now on their hands. So right now at 29-26, I would have scooped, or that 30 minutes flat I would have scooped as soon as he went Rare Candy Venusaur. So the problem that I have with people complaining about coaching or playing with their friends is sometimes the best players in the game have to be able to show you when your win conditions are available to you or they aren't available to you. So this being one of them. It's not that I think Mahomes bad or anything. It's just sometimes you don't think the scoop just because you're kind of like overwhelmed and trying to understand what it is. So Harrison's kind of like thinking, how does he really run away with this game? Yeah, just drive change, throw it on Genesect, take my energy that I drew in my hand, put that one on the other Genesect. If anything, you just put on Venusaur and transfer it over next turn if you don't want to like overload a single shiny Genesect, but that's what it is. Bah, knockout. Nerd. And he got a Revitalizer. Juicy. So Zeb asked, how'd you lose your winning in Daytona? I didn't have a winning in. I had to win my last 2 rounds, and then I was in the tournament. Or was I in that? Yeah. I had to win my last 2 rounds, and then I was in the tournament. Round 8, my opponent was playing Bulu and Godrew. He went turn 2, game 1 and 3. He went Artillery, Charger Bug, Vikavolt with a banded Bulu. And I was playing Zoroark, Buzzwole, Lycanroc. And you can't beat that deck if they do that. Game 2, he never got a Vikavolt out, so I just smashed his face in. And then game 3, he did the Artillery, Charger Bug, Vikavolt, plus Bulu, plus Band, and a Mew on bench. So if I ever attacked with Buzzwole, he just attacked with Mew. Needless to say, I lost. And then round 9, I played against a Gardevoir, and he just kind of God-drew me off of N. Like, I had a very awkward start, and game 1, I had damage spread out on his board, and if I drew into Espeon EX, I won the game. And I think I Sycamored, and I needed to hit one of 2 Ultra Ball, plus that one, then sucks. And Daytona to make top 8. We'll talk about that another time. I prized the crowds by game 3 when I had it to win. I'm going to clear his board, so that sucked. So Harrison gets up, takes a knockout. Mahone's drawing. Mahone's looking at his hand, thinking about stuff, and he should be thinking about this scoop. Because we're wasting time. And this is how you tie people. This is why you scoop. Scoops. Yeah, there you go, Mahone. So he only wasted an extra minute and 30 seconds. It's honestly not that bad. I'm not even being sarcastic. Good on him for recognizing it early. You can tell by the way he's thinking right now and like moving his head, like jarring back and forth. He's playing out game 1 and what went wrong. Mainly with the Jorbson GX. And in some of my games, when I take a first game loss, I'm like, all right, great, let's go to game 2. I'll go first, and I kind of just sit there and get completely silent because I just need to replay, like that game in my head and just see what's wrong. So, yeah, not that bad. Mahone's face, wow. That's one of those. Oh, my guy just God drew me, and now he's trying to be nice to me in between games. You're so happy when I told JP Bulu was alright. Yeah. Hey, Bulu. Extra minute and 30 seconds will actually give him the win. Nice. Spoilers, but very nice. Very nice. Okay. I guess we'll make that Session 1, video 1. Stop recording. And do I feel like speeding it up? No, I'm fine. Alright, starting game 2. I like how opponents after game 1 always talk about random shit 24/7. You should do a compilation for scenarios for your channel. Scenarios where you scoop. Man, there's like so many scenarios you can run into. Double Guzma. Oh my lordy. That sucks. But you play Lycan Rock, so I believe. Elixir, nothing juicy. Ooh, a Candy's prized. Double Sycamore. Dude, super smiley though. Opens Remoraid, Brooklyn Hill, Fullstone. Man, that Bulbasaur is super cute. Is that a Shining Genesect in his hand? He didn't play down? What? Oh, no. No, never. It can't be. It should be a Venusaur. Hopefully we see it's a Venusaur. Mahone gets the Rockruff like I've always wanted him to in the first game. So, I'm thankful for that. I'm hyped. Mrs. Elixir, ha, you suck. I'm just kidding, Mahone. That sucks. That was like me with Turbo Darkrai. 25 energy in the deck. Elixir missed. Like, come on, man. There's not even energy in my hand. Attaches, hard pass. His hand must suck. Is that a Venusaur? It can't be a Shining Genesect. There's no way. Looks like a Venusaur. I see an evolution, kind of. Yeah, he's a weird hand. Grass Ultra Ball. Easily Brooklyn Hill. It's Ivysaur. Okay, perfect. That helps. Threatening Lycanroc for turn rune. Yes, it puts tons of pressure on evolution decks, and Harrison has a super thin evolution line. So, what is Ivysaur? Yo, Ivysaur looks dope. Says happy. Oh, all right. There's no way I'm not playing this deck. Bulbasaur is so freaking cute. It's just smiling at you. Sure. They're delayed, dude. It's Ivysaur. Your comments are delayed from when I say it. Oh, he plays the Ion Pool one. Good man. Good man. Sometimes they discard Parallel City. And they switched it to this ugly... What are they doing? Play Pokemon, please. What are you guys doing? My god. Attach Grass. Is he passing? Okay. So, even with the Ultra Ball for a Lele play plus X and whatever else, I'm pretty sure Harrison is going for an Ultra Ball Octillery, Mallow Candy, what's it called? Venusaur the following turn, and then he's hoping he's drawing to a different supporter. Or else he already had a Sycamore. I'm trying to think in his hand. Well, it's a very awkward way to play this. But I guess he's thinking, all right, he whiffed the first Max Elixir. He'd have to hit one of 3 next in order to take this knockout here with Buzzwole. And that's just not going to happen against a 70 HP Bulbasaur unless he has the attachment plus another Max Elixir plus Floats Down. I guess I can agree with that. You take a very slow approach to it. Whatever. But he left the Brooklyn Hill out there, so we know he's going to get Regirock. Alright. We'll see. Oh, he ripped Ultra Ball. What a boss. Too easy. Your cup statistics. Second place Volcanion. Yeah. No one plays Volcanion in our area, so I'm definitely comfortable with playing Shining Genesect. even still, I have like a cup win and a top 4. So if I lost with Shining Genesect, I'm chilling. I'm extremely happy. So will he Lycanroc here after grabbing Sycamore? I agree with the Sycamore though. And honestly, kill the Remoraid, win the war. Yeah, save the world. Oh, float off the top. That feels great. Feels good, man. Float. Boy, strong. Let's go. And Octillery. Oh, okay, never mind, Mahone. You were meant to win this game. Get this Regirock. Full art and everything. Juicy. Yeah, now Harrison's like, oh crap, this Mallow play wasn't working out. Ooh, retreat, make my Octillery. Yeah, this is one of those turns where like you kind of felt like you kicked your opponent in the chest. Like, nah, we ain't having none of that. I am going to Dallas. Most of someone's PC team's gonna be in Dallas. We have 3 rooms, I think. So many people. What the heck. Puts him at 3 bench. He's not going to do much, I think, ever. But, whatever. 60-30, bitch. Yeah, he hit pretty well. The only thing you can ask for, really, is another Buzzwole off of that Sycamore. I didn't necessarily agree with the Parallel City. I felt like it was a little preemptive, but whatever. I guess that's the risk you take when you go, or the risk Harrison took when he went for that, I'm going to Mallow Octillery turn, when I would have just grabbed myself a Lele and then progressed from there, but whatever. Dang, before his hand was looking juice, and now his hand sucks. Parallel City stops him from getting 3 from free Brooklet Hill for other Remoraid. I know it does. However, he could have just field blowered it. Unless you want to save the field blower. I don't necessarily disagree with it, but like whatever. It's fine. Not bad. Not bad. Sunny Genesect goes down. What do you think of Harrison's deck? I think his list was bad. I like the deck. I cannot decide Desizoro to play well for me. Any insights and tips on the deck? I don't like that deck at all. And I don't necessarily think it's that strong. And I agree that Harrison got greedy when he passed his turn like that. Like, Mahone's turn was actually a standard turn. Like, oh, he evolved into a Lycanroc, hit a Floatstone, and hit Strong Energy. Because technically Regirock was already in play in my eyes because he had Brooklet Hill already down. So he should have anticipated that. The Parallel City is actually doing a lot of work. Maybe I was wrong on that. At least because he had to search up the Lele off of that Ultra Ball and then grab a Sycamore. And so now he can only get down like another Genesect. Fomantis, the boss. You can't put that back. Look at my home run. Oh yeah. Forgot. My bad. Field blower. Now bench it, bitch ass. That'd be so weak. I think Desi Zoro like needs a lot of. You have to get lucky to do well with it, and I don't necessarily agree with it. Whoa, what? Okay. So Harrison probably has a huge view on the deck. Or like a huge... Nah, I would have played that game out, dog. Oh, no, he knows something I don't know. I have to go look it up, but... Normally I do like game 1, game 2, but game 2 was just... It was a turn 2 bop and scoop. Should have Brooklet Hill for the Regirock before the Sycamore, just in case he missed the Float Strong and had liability. I agree with that. Lurantis seems awful in that deck. I actually like Lurantis because the GX attack is necessary against Galissapod. you need to pop the Gliscopod for a butt ton of damage. And I'm not necessarily sure that Shining Genesect will be able to reach 210 off of an armor press to get there. So, yeah. I don't hate it. I need to play with it more. What tier is Desi Tales? Tier 5. I have no idea. I haven't played Desi Tales too much. It's definitely not good, not compared to Zoroark. I definitely would have chilled. Like, if I was out game 1, I'd be chilling. Laurentis seems fine in the deck, to be honest. Yeah, Laurentis does a lot. Double mulligan. No new info. You gotta nuke things. I never trust people who are giddy and talkative. I'm somewhat talkative. I don't like to be mean to my opponent unless they're a dick. If they're mean back, then I'll let them have it. Let them have it. Oh, I paused it like an idiot. With this judge, you can bench 10 per anyone to say anything. Confirm? No, actually, Thoy's a super good judge. He caught that. He caught like a lot. He caught 2 misplays me and my friends were making. It was the first time I met Jeff Saran from Super Broadcast, and oh, get bodied, Mahone. Phantom door. He's about to get off screen again. Oh, my dog walked in. That's why. No cats here, dude. Got a puppy. Alright, they're talking too much now. Mahone's too excited about that early game scoop. He's over here. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Did you put yours? Okay, put your stuff down. Nothing. What a lucky duck, dude. I would have been prized double Bulbasaur like it was no problem. Yeah, we're doing a Dallas meta discussion. Is that an elixir? Oh, okay. Yes, Thoy's like that. He's mean to everyone else. Yeah, they took quite a long time to play their games, but whatever. But Thoy's at every tournament. He's actually not that bad. He's a little mean to people because he just wants to do his job correctly, which I can't get mad at anyone for that. So he gets the Fomantis. Look like he's throwing the Pokemon. I mean, good lord, the Bulbasaur sideways. It's in defense mode. Come on, man. I know you're in a rush, but can't disrespect the cuties like that. Is that another Ultra Ball in his hand? His final card? Do you have any thoughts on the Pokemon ARG circuits? You mean the one that pays or the one for the store? That's just Remoraid passes. I do this all the time. I like leaving the Remoraid active with the energy rather than retreating with it because I feel like they're going to get some God Hand, Buzzwole, Strong Energy, Guzma, and then bring the Remoraid right back up, and I just want to punch someone in the face. Dylan's coming back for Virginia Regionals. He actually just messaged me yesterday, and we're going to hook up 3 weeks from now to go play some poker. This matchup is favored in Mahone's deck. Both players know how to play the matchup. Surprises one thing. Yes, I agree with that. I think Mahone's. I think the fact that they have Lycanroc and bench poke early puts him in a huge advantage compared to others. And then Mahone just pops an in. So, Russell, what are your thoughts on the whole Michael Long thing? Have you ever any bad situations with it? Not necessarily. I'm unsure how I feel about the kid. He is very young, and I think if he did cheat, or if he has no logical explanation to why the Greninja break was in his lap, which he messaged me literally the night of all that happening, asking for a couple advice just to get in a better mindset, because I'm pretty sure he's feeling like crap. That he should be DQ'd from the tournament, and I think he should get banned, but he shouldn't be banned for life. So, anyone saying ban him for life, I completely disagree with. I'm one to believe in reform, or else why do we have jail? If jail is for someone to just go there for life, then we might as well not even have them there, because we're wasting money keeping them and paying for them to be alive. So, my similar set of thoughts. I believe in reform and ban him for 2 or 3 years. He can come back. If he cheats again, perma ban him. He got his one chance. Get him out of here. Failed to blow or hey, that's not that bad. Skyla, Rare Candy. Let's see how attached he gets to. Yeah, so all right, he got a bench poke early with 30 on Remoraid, 30 on Fomantis. I love the 30 on Fomantis from Mahone. It really pressures him to make the Lurantis now, or else just lose that option altogether without having to wait another turn. So fantastic play on his part. Harrison has a Skyla, and the other 2 cards coming down behind it are the ones he's going to discard for his Ultra Ball, and then he's leaving himself with the hand of Bloatstone, Rare Candy, X card. So as you can see, he's very attached to his Rare Candy when he draws them. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. He's obviously has to go for Octillery here, or else the Remoraid's going to die, and then we don't want that. Again, Fomantis was a mistake. Should have been double ball, but I agree with that. I just like seeing the Fomantis in play. Attach to Genesect. Use the ability. Grab the Octillery's energy. Yeah, definitely attach to the Genesect, dog. Because you've drawn 2 Max Elixir, which you just did. Whoo! Then we get there. Except you drew Grass Energy. You might miss now. I would have liked double Bulba. I agree with that. Yeah, there's no way you hit after. I think you saw 4 Grass Energy already. That kind of sucks. What do you think about Garvin Expanded? It's decent. It can't beat Zoroark until we get the new Lele that spreads. The cash term, I'm guessing Dallas over ARG. Yes, I would go to a regional before any ARG event ever. I don't necessarily like the ARG owner. Me and him don't agree on a lot of things, but I think that what he's doing for the game is really great. In terms of all the circuits and giving out money, but he kind of got pooped on because as soon as he started, it immediately Pokemon started giving out more prizes for the regional events. So there's no point in anyone ever taking a weekend out to go to an ARG event when you can just go to a regional instead, especially when it comes to that kind of stuff. What else got? Give the kid a break? No. Anyone that thinks that doing these VOD reviews is me judging the player as an individual is an idiot. And you should rethink how I view this as a whole, or rethink the constructive criticism of having VOD reviews as a whole. People make mistakes all the time. I definitely do, and I try to learn from them. And to say I wouldn't have done this here. This dude's bad for doing that, this and that. People get nervous, yada 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 yada. It's all about getting inside their mindset and learning about how their deck works as a whole and how we can play in the future. Is the main goal of these things. So, Mahone saw Ultra Ball. I know he's rushing right now, which is why he's misplaying, but he didn't see that he has double Guzma Prize, which really sucks. So him attaching band onto that buzz wall is, it's horrendous. Towards like early game, towards like the mid game to late game progression that it needs to have. But like I said, he's rushing. He wouldn't have looked through for Guzma's. I wouldn't have looked through for Guzma's personally, so I'm not blaming him at all. But it just sucks that he's in that scenario. So, do you think pricing changing any time before regionals next time? No, not at all. I think they're just gonna keep the same price point. If they would have changed it, they would have changed it before we hit 1,000 people at Memphis, which is the best event I've ever been to in my life. So, another Buzzwell comes down. Energy. It sucks he didn't draw strong. Holy crap, Mahone. And he got a Guzma. Alright, easy peasy. 30-30. Rush, Mahone, rush. Go, boy, go. I think he's saying give it like a long injection per break. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. His break is not getting lifetime banned. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and poop on the kid, but he does make mistakes and he should face repercussions for them, of course. If the community wants to get mad at him for cheating and allegedly cheating and being in the state that he's in, then yeah, that's fine. But if the only thing you can say to that is, oh, well, he's 15, blah, 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 and I mean, when I was 15, I knew better. I was topping regionals when I was like 12 from Yu-Gi-Oh! So I knew right from wrong. I knew how to cheat. This is stupid. 15 is such an easy age to learn everything. People just baby people at 15 for no reason, yet they're allowed to play with us and be masters. Is Purple legal for Dallas? People saying yes or no. We don't know yet. We have to wait until the 5th of January, I think, is where we get our cutoff at. Oof, whiffing one of the 2 octaves. Yeah, whiffing the octave sucked. Harrison got a great turn. He got to his another energy on his Genesect and just retreated and knocked out. Or Guzma knocked out like in Rock, so. Guzma, give me that. 30-30. My man got a lot of decisions right here. Holy crap. Let me rewind it. Lele, I think I saw like double Lele, Skyla, and double Lele, Skyla, and Sycamore, another N, Rare Candy. Blah. Because I think what you're seeing is that need to find another Guz or a way to retreat. We'll see. Oh my gosh, there's so many questions. Is the new Rayquaza meme deck mirrors for the Pokemon? Yes, it's a meme. How many players did you play all against in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever get banned from cheating? 8 of them got banned for cheating. What do you think about Trampa Garb and Standard? I think it's decent, but not good enough to keep up with the Tier 1 meta, so it should be Tier 2. I should not play this N. I should have played this N, not Lele for Guzma. Okay, I can agree with that. Did you ever use Buzzwole? Ever use Buzzwole and Zoro? I can knock to good effect. Yes, Buzzwole was... my list was a lot different from everyone else's. I had 3 Acerola and a Max Potion and 3 Buzzwole and only one Lycan Rock, and I beat the living crap out of people with it. And then Ryan drew against me game 3, and I kicked him in the chest. That was round 4, I think. That's why I started 4-0. So Harrison says that he should have gone for the N here. I can agree with it. I guess in the state of mind that you're in, like looking back, yeah, of course, like that's the same thing we're always gonna do. We're gonna judge looking back, but you're pretty much thinking, I need to keep applying pressure with the Shining Genesect, and if I end and can't draw into an energy to retreat or my float stone, that I'm not accomplishing much, and he might win on time, and you know that you're getting close to time. So I see where your mind's at with this Guzma play here, and then N is just to refresh your hand because you have so many resources and you can't afford to discard the Rare Candy or the other Sycamore. So I can see that. Candy Venusaur from I was like, yo, hurry up. Yo, hurry up, money. I'm about to win this game. Was there not some rigging tournaments? This is not automated software or something. I don't know. Yeah, people were rigging tournaments. Kuzma, what would you like? I will take your. Honestly, yeah, that was. You needed to end. You need to refresh your hand. Because you can't even get Octi online right now, and the Octi is super necessary. You needed an Ultra Ball. Take knockout, draw. He's going to attach. Use GX attack, I assume. And then now you have no energy on the board after burning, I think, triple elixir already? Maybe double elixir? I know you Ultra Ball your first one away on turn 1. And then you use the second one. So Mahone hits Remoraid and then Lele for Sycamore. Sycamore's going super fast. Harrison's going to shuffle his deck a little bit. Bam! Extra 3-second stall. Let's go. Easy peasy. Don't even play the elixirs. Oh, he drops one. You should play it. Stop being an idiot. Yeah, there you go. I'm like, I already dropped it. Might as well throw it on. There you go. Go. Easy. I could have won had I played end. I completely agree with that. Especially if you hit Wish Baton off the end. He lost. There's no way he's winning this game. He's about to get scooped. Takes the knockout. He got the artillery finally. You bring up probably the Floatstone and Remoraid. Mahone shuffling really fast. Alright, so here's one thing that a lot of people okay. So if you're going into time and your opponent's trying to make you speed up, and this is what judges call people on for rushing the opponent, is when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I'm facing you and I'm shuffling my hand a lot and I look like I'm making a lot of quick like fidgets and movements, and it really draws in judges' attention to like come over and tell them to hurry up their play when you might not even be taking the full 10-second guideline to make a following play. And that's where I disagree with our current rule set and mindset of both judges and like players. So if I'm sitting here and I'm like shuffling really fastly and like doing all this, and like I might be moving a lot and look like I'm trying to make a lot of actions, but I'm not accomplishing anything other than putting pressure on my opponent to play faster, and that is what good judges will penalize people for. So it happens a lot in seniors when seniors are like, oh, I'm gonna shuffle a lot and then move your hand movement, blah 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 blah, I'm drawing an extra card, and then on their turn they're sitting there like moving like this, like driving up and down. That means nothing to me as a player. Like, I'll honestly tell people, like, I'm going to take my 10 seconds, you can shut up and sit still, because you're going to do absolutely nothing to pressure my game at all. And then them shuffling quickly is a way of them, not intimidating, but, like, trying to manipulate their opponent to playing faster, which is why they get penalized for it. And then they go, oh, what did I even do? I didn't even rush him. I didn't even tell him to speed up or anything. But, yeah. The more you know. Genesect comes down. He hits an energy. Yeah. He's kind of just in chill mode right now. And now 10 seconds. Yeah, this is actually super long. This is like 24 seconds so far. And you haven't made an action outside of benching Shiny Genesect. I would have said something. But Mahone's actually pretty patient here. So you're shuffling after grabbing an Ultra Ball. That makes me think that you're stalling. But I don't honestly think that you're stalling. I think you're just playing your hand the way you should be playing it. But to an average player, they might be like, yo, what the heck? Are you playing it? And it's funny. It's funny that like you're gonna get rushed into something after like they're the one that wouldn't scoop, like game one too quickly. It's just kind of like crazy how the world works like that. Mahone should have might have wanted to absorption rejects last turn too instead of using knuckle impact, but whatever. Attach. Lock D for 2. Hand still sucks. I'm gonna retreat and pop you for a hundo. Cool. Draw. Artillery. Elixir. Attach. Is it 10 or 15 seconds? I can't remember the guidance. I think it's 10, dude. Lele. Just got the Guzma. Stop thinking. Do it. Mahone, why? No. Taking forever, dude. You know you have the Guzma. What are you doing? Yeah, my pet peeve is when they ultra ball into the shuffling too. Did he fail it? Yeah, he failed it. It's 15 then. Octi for 1. Yeah, I drew 1. Alright, cool. Ask questions. That's time. It's 15? Cool, 15. I didn't want to say anything until Harrison went like 25 seconds without doing it. It doesn't matter. I don't necessarily put slow playing onto one person's turn of where they took 20 seconds to make an action. It's overall general gameplay from start to finish of the match. Unless they're like blatantly stalling, like picking on my discard pile and then looking through resources when it's like turn 3. Like, shut up. Put that down. So time got called. Own attaches. Pay to retreat. Absorption. Cool. Carry on with our game. We're done here, boys. Alright. 40, 60, 80, 180. Off with the strong. So absorption checks. I mean, if he ends you, he loses anyway. What's he going to do? Counter catcher you too? Bah. Retreat. Home skillet. Yeah, going into this last turn, Mahone played way too slow. He should have just immediate. I only check the discard cards on this turn to make sure. Yeah, man. I do the same thing. I don't check my opponent's discard pile during my turn unless it's a very critical turn or I'm already in time. And I'm also the fastest player I've ever met in my life anyway. So, if anyone thinks I'm stalling, they're probably an idiot. I should have stalled. Had I stalled Jimmy Pendarvis in Daytona round 4 when I beat him game 1, then I would have top 8'd that regional. But here we are, me letting my morals take a hold of me. I should have just treated him. What a world we live in. Exactly. I agree, you comments. Absorption. Flip the counter, my boy. Flip it. Yeah, shoot him. Hit him with it. 3 goes, can I read that? Can I read the GX attack of the Pokemon you've been swinging with? Literally since turn 1, game 1. Yeah, I agree. If he played a little quicker, he won this round. If Harrison went for an N instead of going for the Guzma play there to take out the Rockruff, then he might have won this round. So hindsight's 20/20 for all of us. But that's why we have big tournaments like this, where people can be like, "Oh, I got surprised that he got this and didn't get this." So, how does Mahone lose this? He just doesn't draw Guzma? Is that what happens? I also didn't agree with benching the other Remoraid, unless he's out of Lele, which I would have to look through his discard pile to do so, because that means Lele was another out to go get a Guzma for game. At this point, Harrison already knows that his only chance of winning is to Mahone not to hit a Guzma. Or losing is Mahone not to hit a Guzma, so I've just been like, alright. Hard pass, bro. I check my opponent's discard pile for Guzma counts during my turn in the past via Secret Swing. Yeah, I've done that too. But that's I check my opponent's discard pile, and believe me, I play quick as ever loving crap. So that was pretty much like, if I'm checking your discard pile and you have a problem with me taking like a 20-second turn after I've been flying through like 3-4 second turns most of the time, then get off, kid. I ain't dealing with that. I've openly yelled at people for trying to rush me. I was like, shut up, man. I'm taking my 15 seconds per turn. I know you feel like you can win this game. And I feel like I don't care if you feel that way. So this is great. He actually needed to hit that. If Mahone found a way to go Parallel City my own Pokemon to 3, Field Blower off the Parallel City, bench Regirock, then he could have gotten a KO on the active Octillery plus one of the bench 30 had he drawn a card. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to leave the Octillery active. It's just still better to have that as like a damage option on the bench. Mahone needed like what, one more turn? And it's his fault for playing slowly going to this turn. And Mahone may need Guzma for game, but Harrison isn't necessarily out of this game considering the way that Mahone had to retreat and pay off energy and then burn through his elixirs. So I'm terrible at remembering things under pressure. When I look at my opponent's discard pile, especially late game, I try and count important stuff, but I'm always paranoid about missing counts. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Things happen, man. But it's just you have to play quickly all game for me to give you the benefit of the doubt of that not happening to me. And I also have to look at the matchup and like the current board state. I'm one to openly tell people, congratulations, you slow played me out of the win. I hope you know that I was going to kick you in the face. I mean, I had that happen to me at like, I think it was World or something. In the stupid thingy, whatever it was. What was it? The Open? Yeah, the Open. Someone slow played me out of the game, which was frustrating. No, I guess we tied. I was like, oh, I guess you just took 8 seconds or like 80 seconds to make a move when you're dead drawing game 3. Because of like you're playing Garbodor and you're playing a crappy build of it. Whatever. What a world. So Mahomes just looking for ways to thin out his resources to try and get more like what is it? Yeah, more Guzma plays. So getting double Lele here is perfect. And might as well get a Rockruff because it's cuter than Lycanroc, and we don't want to draw into non-cuties here. But thank you all for joining me at this 5 in the afternoon East Coast time on New Year's Day. Good, dude. It's really good to have the ability to tell your opponents to speed up. It may seem like mean from your point of view, or if you're a shy person, you can't be confrontational about stuff. But it's a lot of courage that's necessary to try and win. And my home plays end, and so this game gets me over. It's gonna end in a tie. So not a bad game. My gosh, what was that? Misplays on both sides, and they could have just played it a wee bit better. Dang, people are all over this video. They're like, "Yeah, go Mahomes." And then he just goes on Twitter, "I play like crap." I was like, "Oh, it's fine." I think the next one we should go over is the finals between Azul and Pram. I think that's like one of the most played matchups right now in the game. So let's get that started. Or we could talk about coaching. Yeah, I think might want to get on a coaching discussion. Disable that. Okay, so while we wait on that, I guess we'll talk about coaching for a little bit. Okay. So, coaching. How do I say this? People are determining whether or not it's worth it to get into coaching, both from like a statistical, financial point of view, and like a personal ego kind of view. Like, how do you feel about, getting coached as a person, or like just play with your friends, or you're paying to get coached, blah 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 blah. I think that coaching is like phenomenal for the community and for lower players that have an actual desire to get good. There's might be like, how do I say it? There's some players out there who are just kind of egotistical and they want to play the game and be super good at it without actually putting time and dedication into it, or they just want to be known as someone who associates with big name players without actually being like incredibly good or good at the game themselves, or like a big name themselves. And I don't know, I think that there's a need for coaching, for especially in the kids. So the seniors and juniors, the ones that are coached, I feel like stomp the living crap out of every other kid. At least in a way that puts up results, and it's extremely worth it for kids to get coaching, and especially by good coaches. And so I guess I'm kind of like ranting all over the place with this crap. Okay. Coaching is good for the community. I think that paid coaching is valid when the coach is worth it, and it's expendable like cash that you guys have in order to get better at the game. So if people are like buying boxes every month, or like doing this, doing that, and like dumping a lot of money into getting full art cards, but they aren't necessarily improving as a player, but they get mad every time they lose or want to improve, they should reevaluate how they're spending their money and spreading it all around. I personally think Caleb Gedimer and Finnegan Lynch have the highest value of coachability plus at their current rate. I believe Caleb is doing the $25 an hour, and then the first hour is free, and then Finn is doing like 2 hours for like 20 or like 25, something ridiculous. All right. I personally would never charge that much. I have a full-time job. I run someone's PC. I have other stuff to do. I have a lot of friends in life, and I like to have fun. So my coaching is ridiculously expensive. I charge $50, and hopefully no one ever pays $50, but whatever, it'll happen if it happens. Good players, the best in the world, don't necessarily make good coaches. There's a difference in being able to translate your skill and playability into actual verbal communication with your opponents, rather than like there's a difference between being good at the game and being able to make someone else good at the game, and I don't think necessarily everyone can do that. So when you're looking for your coach, you'll have to look for someone that has both accomplishments, theory to back it up, but the like understanding of like being able to translate their thought process into words they'll be able to teach you on a better note. So if someone's like, oh, I have all these accomplishments, I have this accomplishment, I charge $35 an hour, and they usually just do this thing where they play against the kids all day or their students all day, and I personally hate that. I think the best way to learn is either through VOD reviews or reviews of that person playing with you sitting next to them or going over their game state. So it's like, like I have, like, oh, I'm going to coach you. You're playing this deck, I'm playing this deck, and we'll just talk about what we have in each other's hands and how we should be able to beat each other's current game state. That's fine, but I think it's easier if you're sitting next to them in real life or like on Skype or on PTCGO and then playing it from their point of view together and just diving into their mindset and how they're going to be able to win games that way. Pablo Mesa is another person I really recommend for coaching. I think he's very, very good at it too. He charges a similar amount. It might be 30, but I don't know. Whatever. In my opinion, every pro team should sponsor a junior. And they've had problems in the past with sponsorships being on younger kids, and they weren't allowed like to wear it on stream, where they just had an issue with it being on stream. So, yeah, that's just like my thought process on it. Also, teams that sponsor their players, we'll talk about sponsoring another time. So we'll just get into this, finishing up the coaching thing first. If you're considering getting a coach yourself, you have to think about how much effort you're actually going to put into the game. Because someone can just teach you stuff all day, but if you're not going to put in the effort to utilize it and memorize it, what they say, then all you're doing is throwing your money away. 2, you have to think of whether or not you're going to be willing to listen to what the coach is telling you, as opposed to just like looking to improve your personal pet deck or whatever problems you might be having with a deck, and the willingness to listen to them. So if you're gonna like give them like nothing but crap all day and like talk back to things that they're saying is an issue with your gameplay, and you have nothing but like excuses or reasonings behind playing that way, then coaching is probably not the best suit for you. And some people just never want to be coached. They're like, whatever, and the game's supposed to be free, and I'll learn from free people, and yada yada yada. They can get good that way. They definitely can. But it's a lot quicker if you do it through coaching. Lastly, if I was going to get coached, I would do an interview with the coach before ever diving in and having payments and everything else done, like scheduling appointments, just to try and put my coach and I in the same mindset that I'm going to have in the community. That's what I would do. So if we ever get into coaching, I'm going to be like, we should do an interview first, go over what you want as a player and what you want out of this coaching session and everything, and try to see if we can come something like an agreement, and then go from there, before any other like the money or like anything dues put into it. So yeah, we're looking into doing that for someone's PC very shortly. I just need to get everyone's schedule and their agreements in place, and probably doing some kind of discount for all the elite PC members, because they hook us up. Why not hook them back up? And testing in real life is phenomenal compared to testing online. I honestly hate playing online. It's one of the worst things in the world. It's not Hearthstone. It's the game. The cards aren't exciting to play with. The movements are way too slow. It takes like 50 minutes to finish one game. Yeah. I don't like that at all. So coaching's good. It's not for everyone. Learns it. Try to get on the same page of what you want from the coach and the coach wants from you as a player, or expects from you. And I think that just playing each other for like an hour or two is the laziest way to coach, and like not the easiest one. Yo, sign me up for an hour for expanded. Nah, dude. I'm gonna do in expanded is talk about card bank. So, the way I would ever coach, it wouldn't be tailored to a particular format. It would honestly be tailored to improving a player's like thought process on every deck as a whole. So, to finish up the coaching portion, I'd say I personally think that people don't win games not from like a lack of talent or like a lack of intelligence or experience in the game. I think it's from a lack of planning. So as you guys may know, I came over from Yu-Gi-Oh! I was fairly successful in Yu-Gi-Oh! I was really successful in the Versus System trading card game. I played Super Smash Bros. Melee. I played Y Schwartz, where I topped like every regional event that I played in. And I'm just fairly good at a lot of good things, or a lot of games, and like card games. I'm like really just talking myself up here right now. But I was like Diamond 1 on League of Legends for years. I was about to be on an amateur team that was potentially going into the pro circuit or into the Challenger series, but I stopped because I wanted to like go into my actual job right now. But how I view life when it comes to games like this, they're all pretty much the same puzzles presented in different ways. And if it doesn't take physical mechanics, if you're good at one game, you should be good at another, because it all translates one to another based upon like personal intelligence and talent. So, yeah, like I think that the reason people they might be amazing in League and garbage at Pokemon, it might be due to how they view Pokemon and how they plan out their games, as opposed to them just learning about Pokemon in general. So if you're good at one, you should be able to get another. If you're like a top player in Pokemon, you should be able to be a top player in a league, unless one, you're restricting yourself, or you can't get coached to be better, or you're just like kind of sucking. So it all translates from one to another, and having a person or a coach that can actually guide you, where it'll open up your mind to learning the games better from one to another, should improve a lot. So yeah, man, coaching's good. That's not for everyone. Make sure your coach is actually a good coach, not just a good player. If you're doing nothing but playing games against that coach, then I think that's the laziest way to coach, and there should be a million other ways of helping out a lot. Yeah, Melee has helped me in Pokemon. It actually expands your mindset. Wizard Power time, you peak like the formats and on. In Yu-Gi-Oh! I peaked when it was like, I didn't really travel that often. I have 13 regional top 8s, but I honestly only went to like 4 YCSs. I top 4'd one of them, and it was with Herald of Perfection, and then I ended up top 64 in that Nationals that year, and then making like top 32 at another YCS or some crap like that. Wasn't too big, but for my local area success and as well as my regional success, was really high, but nothing compared to what they have now. A lot of people get to travel all the time. And I was too young to travel back then, so it is what it is. But yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on coaching. Someone's PC will be coaching soon, and we'll come back more with that later on. So stop that video. Now we can just kind of chill, talk to the stream for a bit. You consider peak Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of the gameplay? Perfect Circle era? I really like that a lot. I used to be on a pro Clash Royale team, and I've been playing Pokemon for almost a year, and I'm all in. Yeah, then if you're really good at Clash Royale, you should be really good at Pokemon. It's just your mindset is not properly sculpted to how you need to win in the game. If you have good macro skills in League, then it translates very well to a card game strategy. I completely agree, and that's basically what I'm saying here, is that if you have macro skills in one game, in one game like Pokemon, and it can translate over to League very, very well. Same thing over to Melee, same thing to Smash 4, yada, yada, yada. Those are going to be different because they have mechanical and micro skill involved in that you might not necessarily have or need to practice. And if you don't feel like practicing it, then you're not going to find success in it. Yeah. Let's get into this final VOD review. And we're back with our final review. This one's going to be on Azul and Pram and their final matchups, which I think is going to be one of the most popular matchups currently in the game, which is Zoro Gali versus Lycanroc Zoro. But more and more people are stop playing Zoro Gali because they can't play it as well as Azul, and they get over aggressive, and then they lose because of it. So we don't see it that much. Do you guys like CCG Castle's hoodies? Do you think they're nice? I like the green. Oh, I didn't know they let him wear his ARG shirt on stream. That's dope. Good for you, Prim. Get that money, boy. He's a regional champion. Tapu Koko, Garbodor, Ghostbond, blah, 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 blah. Being young sucks because when I was a senior, I can go to one regional and get my invite, and I have to grind the game so much more. Yeah, it sucks, but I enjoy having more people to play in those. Golly Garb, bro, not Golly, Zoro Golly. Yeah, I fixed that. Platinum League, I want to play Alakazam in Portland. Well, there you go. There's your problem. You want to lose. What do you think about Desi Zoroark? I think Desi Zoroark is meh of a deck. It sucks. It can't keep up. I don't like playing Rare Candy unless I'm making Gardevoir. Why do you think there's a significant drop in fire decks over the past few weeks? They can't fight Zoroark because it's way too fast for them to deal with. Do you think after Memphis, Garbodor will rise again? No, I think it's pretty much going to stay where it's at. It has a really big issue of dealing with Zoroark. It might rise more and expanded because it's like heavy Zoroark dependent. But these other decks are like, I can swing with you Zoroark, I can swing with my backup Tekker. It's not Zoro Golly, it's Golly Garb. Yes, I said that a second ago. Acerola, double ban. Dang, double ban? Get bodied. What do you think of Sylveon control? I would never play a childish deck like Sylveon ever in my life. Best card, Sun Moon 5? Cynthia. Easily Cynthia. So Pram opens Lele. And Azul actually got a Tapu Koko start, which is pretty dope. Ultra Ball's away Mallow and Ultra Ball. So, now we can comment something from the very beginning. Opening up Tapu Lele in Lycanroc Zoroark absolutely sucks. I've never noticed it until I played with it. It is absolutely horrendous. Like, you might have a dead hand. You have to, like, Ultra Ball for a Lele to get you a Bridget and then pray you draw into a Zoroark, which is why Pram probably went the 4-4 line because it's just consistent. But taking away 2 bench spots just so you can have Lele in play is so bad. It's horrible. Feels bad, man. But there you go. Best Pokemon for Sun Moon 5. Garchomp. I'm probably going to play that deck instantly. Garchomp Lucario looks so fun to play. So Lele for Full Art Bridget. The Full Art lets you grab 18 Pokemon and put them on your bench. That's how everyone pays $30 for them. Prime just wants to get 3. It's really weird. But Rich, they like try too hard or stripe. Nah, the roadies aren't that bad. I just don't like the green. It's like dumpster green. Is that different art Zoroark? This is disgusting, Pram. Ugh. Which version of Golly is better for after Memphis? Golly Zoro or Golly Garb? I like Golly Zoro. I think it's better. Mucho better. Attach. Okay, so this is something else I can comment on. If you turn one attachment energy to your Zora or Rockruff, you're threatening your opponent not to have Tapu Lele DCE for a Guzma KO. But if they do that, they didn't get to bridge at their opening turn, which means you get to play off of it in the beginning. Or like you can go for like a bigger rush and go for a turn 2 N. So I think I personally love attaching to a Rockruff early against this deck. Either strong energy or your fighting energy. Fighting energy is better because it can't get enhanced hammered. So they can't go like enhanced hammer and bridge in the same turn. And this is just a fairly good start for Pram as long as he has another support in his hand to back it up. Piscemian's really good, but it loses to, I think, Decidueye was the matchup. So Zul gets down his Lele. He's probably going to go for a Bridget here. Because he knows you have to play this matchup more tamed and controlled instead of getting yourself end down to like a low hand mid game and then losing because you can't draw into like a Guzma energy for game. Pretty good Pokemon going crazy metal in 775? Sure, go crazy metal. Who cares? Get Guardy out of here. I mean, it's already kind of out of here, but who cares? I always try attaching Terminal Rockruff to Lycanroc Dart so much. Yeah, I agree. Lycanroc Dart from early pressure is fantastic. Having a DC on a Zora makes you seem like I have to evolve into a Zoroark next turn. It's going to get popped again. And that's not necessarily a fun thing to have. Ugh. More texts. More Gmail messages. Attach the WinPod. And probably a hard pass here. I like Azul's hand movements. He goes like this. Like he's loading up a yo-yo. And he throws what's it called at you. And dang, Prime, your hand was nutty. My man had Ultra Ball plus energy into N plus a DCE for my Lele, which you can use to smack Coco. Or in this case, he's just going to retreat with it. The reason you have to attach the DCE is because you don't want to float stone or the odds of you drawing two float stone are very, very low. What are your thoughts about Bulu? Bulu's busted. It's only for people who get really lucky. I think Kika's list is actually very consistent. I'll never play the deck in my life. Is Multi-Switch or Energy Lotto better in Zoroark? Multi-Switch, 3,000%. Energy Lotto is for when you get unlucky. Playing in a cup this weekend, I'm liking Buzzrock because... yeah, I think Buzzrock Lycan Rock is an amazing call to make top 8. You won't necessarily automatically win. You'll get these odd hands where you have a bunch of energy and you'll miss all your elixir, and then you get overwhelmed by your opponents in Lycan Rock. As well as their Zoroarks, because you can't one-shot it unless you have a strong band and Regirock plus a bench poke. So I think it's a good deck. The brick hands you'll run into are higher, in my opinion, than Zoro Lycan Rock, but whatever. We just take those as they come. Kikabulu's strong. But I'll never play that deck in my life. Ever. See, here's one thing that no one likes doing. La-da-da-da. Okay. I'm pretty sure 88% of the players that play in this world, or copy Azul's Golly Garbless, would have never made this play if their life depended on it. So, my man is attaching Band to his Garbodor turn 2. And then he's float stoning the active and attaching Grass Energies to the other WinPod. Like, it's insane. Like, it's absolutely insane. You going to the Cup this weekend? Yes. There's one in Portsmouth I'm going to, and then there's another one in Centerville that I'm going to. I have to get the finals to get points. So, this is why Azul tops this event. This is why Azul got second and why he's such a great player. He's going to make plays, and he understands how the game's going to progress better than other people who are piloting this deck. And I'm pretty sure Azul built this deck the night before the tournament, or else he had like some variation of it built a little hand before. So what he's doing here is setting himself up in a position where if he draws into Golisopod, he takes an overwhelming board advantage against Pram, unless Pram draws into like DCE, Zoroark plus Guzma. So he's gonna ban the Garbodor, knowing that he has 4 Guzmas still left in deck. He's gonna float stone the active Wimpod, so he can turn to a Golisopod later on, and even Ace Roll it because it also got damaged. And he's also potentially drawing into a Wimpod, which is fantastic, or into a Golisopod for like a fantastic turn. And I don't see a lot of other Golly Garb players making the same actions as this because they don't like attaching Band to a Garbodor, which Azul's super comfortable doing with this. As he come back from late game ends, he doesn't put himself in a game state where he can get end out of the game unless he takes an overwhelming advantage from it. And he missed the Golly, so he just goes all retreat into Coco and pass. And he's still in a great spot. So Pram is forced to Field Blower early to activate one of his Zoros because his hand sucks. And does he have the Guzma DCE? I'm pretty sure he doesn't. And Kukui, that. Okay, Kukui. Oh, and N. Alright. I might have Kukui there. Personally, if I saw Azul whiffed his Golisopod for that turn, I would have passed and been like, you can draw your way out of it, or you can play your own N to get out of this. I also don't like the concept of burning one of my Ns against Golisopod Garb early, because I want to I want to use my puzzles for my energy that he's definitely going to enhance hammer off than I would have trying to puzzle back late game ends to try and end him out of the game. But whatever. To each his own. Pram obviously still won this, but I just think that was a way I wouldn't have progressed the hand. I would just gone Kukui. But he's gonna go for the early aggressive play. His thought is I'm going to chase down these Wimpod before they get online. So you have the balls, gets the Golly. And now Pram's at a point where 2 Guzma for Azul brings him down to 2 prizes left. That super sucks. And since he has a Lele on board, 2 Lele on board, then the 3rd Guzma is potentially the game-winning GX attack off of a band and a DCE. So going double Lycanroc this early kind of sucks for Pram, but whatever. 26-0 Kickable. Holy crap. Kickable is not that bad. What would we play? What would you play if you had? What would you play if you had one standard regional in like 1 or 2 weeks? Regional or cup? Or oh no, you're from Europe. I would 3000% play Zoro Lycanroc. I think it's the best one. I would also play 2 Acerola because I think that's more anticipated, or that's better against Gliscopod Garb than more people give it credit for. La da 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 da. This is a super good end from Azul. He's just trying to draw into a band here, and he whiffs it. But he got a Wimpod, so things aren't horrible. He's actually in a super good spot. This Coco's putting in work, though. That's why I said it was great for him to draw to open early. Kukui, okay. And retreat, fighting energy, knockout with GX attack. Is that what you're gonna do, Pram? I like the game plan. Maybe he's hunting strong, I think. Energy Lotto. Hey. Oh, and he whiffed. Nice. Great card. 5 cents, baby. Let's go. What is putting off people playing toward that deck? I think they don't like its Lycanroc matchup because Lycanroc is so fast. It's so aggressive. Not fast. They're both about equally as fast. It's just aggressive with bloodthirsty eyes. And if you draw like an awkward hand where you only have one or two Wimpod down, and I kill one Wimpod, and then Dangerous Rogue the other one, I kind of snowball the game off that single Lycanroc. Someone won a cup with Zoroark Greninja. I saw in Pokestats. I don't know what to think. No, that deck's actually very good. Ryan Grant also played it. Was it Ryan Grant or Caleb Gedimer? One of them played it and lost in top 8 to a Buzzwole Lycanroc deck. After finishing first seed, 401, I believe, or 402. And Zoroark gets you a nice draw engine and applies pressure to your opponent while you're building your Greninja in play. And they can't really deal with both of them at the same time. Buzzwole Lycanroc can, though. You can punch that deck in the mouth. Zoroark can also one-shot the Greninja promo. That's pretty cute. Can I one-shot Greninja promo? Pretty sure it can. Whatever. Acerola comes down. I didn't like this from Pram. I wanted him to Kukui retreat GX attack the Gliscopod and get it out of there, because now he just brings up a Lele after Acerolling and takes a knockout. He couldn't see it, but his little prize double Golly. But I would have loved to clear it off that Gliscopod and only put my one Wimpod on board, which I can deal with the following turn with a double Zoroark hit. So he can stretch her up, and I don't know. That maybe the DC attachment was early? Because I want a Guzma another win pod here. And, okay. Yeah, never mind. Garb's in place, so he can't stretch her for the... Okay, that's fine. Ever seriously considered Gorgeist? I think it's kind of sick. A lot of my friends have tested the living crap out of it, and they say it loses to itself and Parallel City, another stupid place. So I don't want to be the one to venture into that. Yeah, he needs to draw in the double puzzle piece or the other field blower to really stand a chance right here. Or Azul can just dead draw off this end. Smack you for a hundo. So Azul has an Ultra Ball with no energy and another end to back it up. I think he Sycamored away another Sycamore early, so that lowers his chances of drawing to a Sycamore. And this is really just how this deck loses. You just get an end and you're like, alright, what the heck. Wow, we had an energy too? What a champ. And, yeah. Energy enhanced and end. That was a really good end for Azul. Negate everything I just said about this is how the deck loses. Never mind. If you draw like Azul, you're fine. You're showing. Made 2 changes to Azul's list. One being -1 Trubbish, -1 Sycamore, +1 Ace Roll, +1 Field Blower. So huge. Yeah, it's huge in this matchup. I wouldn't necessarily get rid of a Trubbish or a Sycamore. You really need them to draw out for late game. I do like the extra Ace Roll though. I might have found other cards to cut. So. Premsless needs a Mew EX. I don't disagree with that. It's just when you swing with it and then your opponent like gets a free two prizes back at you, it kind of sucks. I found most of the time people like to load up their Lycanroc early, and I try to go for a Bloodthirsty Eyes and then trade with it or KO with the Dangerous Rogue, and then 2-shot their Buzzwole the following 2 turns. So retreats into Coco. These enhanced hammers are putting in work, but they're not incredibly devastating right now. Flying Flip comes down, puts some spread, makes it easier for Golly to. It can now one-shot Lele with a band instead of having a GX attack it, which is phenomenal for him. So Heavy Ball comes out, gets my Golly. Do you have any suggestions for cards that can be cut from Azul's list? I have to look over his list again. I haven't played with the deck personally. It's just not my kind of deck I like to pilot. I also think Zoroark's incredibly overpowered right now when I want to play in everything I play. Yeah, Guzma, bang, get him out of here. And he got double Galissapod off of that. Now Pram's like, oh lordy. He doesn't even have damage to one shot off a Dangerous Rogue yet without hitting a strong or a band. And even if he does, so then Azul just evolves a Galissapod. Wait, trash your like a rock. Game. Maybe one E-Hammer wrestle is pretty optimal. Yeah. You can cut down an E-Hammer. Especially with people being aware of that many E-Hammer now. Like, they just expect you to have it every single moment. Did Azul leave someone's PC for more money? Azul left someone's PC because he didn't like writing more articles. He just didn't like to write, and so he's like, I'm just better off if I go to CCG Castle. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Is Kikabulu a meme or is it actually good? It looks really consistent. It's actually good. The deck itself is always a meme, but whatever. Why isn't Buzzable Garb a thing, dude? You lose the consistency of Octillery or Zoroark with Buzzwole or Lycanroc, and then Garbodor isn't a strong play against Zoroark decks unless they're cutting down their Field Blower count. So you lose consistency like most other decks, and then you don't get a really really big benefit in exchange besides being able to beat the Buzzwole mirror. So it finally gets Field Blower back off of drawing into a puzzle. Trades. And this is why I like playing 2 Floatstone in Pram's deck. Like, you really want to be able to retreat into Dangerous Rogues a majority of the time, or like retreat into a multi-switch. But Pram definitely lost this game. He's like, I'm gonna lay for this N, and Spiky for 100. And when your game plan turns into, I hope you don't draw anything off this N, it really shows how kind of crappy of a matchup this matchup turns to be into. What do you think of Drampa, Garb, Celesteela? It's decent. It's inconsistent, though. And I don't see any Gardevoir anymore, so I feel like Celesteela is more useless than ever. A 4th Wimpod or Rescue Stretcher and Galdi Zoro to improve the Lycanroc matchup. I would just like have another Enhanced Hammer. I feel like that slaughters the Lycanroc matchup. There's very little synergy between Garb and Buzzwole. Yeah, agreed. You get Buzzwole pressure with the Garbodor online, that's great, but for actually to get this, it's great. He actually wins this one, I think. Oh, that's awesome. So did Azul just dead draw off of this end the whole time? So N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Bobby for a hundo. If not 120. Stretcher up Rockruff. Yeah. Definitely go for the Stretcher and Rockruff. Guardy's seeing a ton of less play now. Absurd amount of less play. Trade, okay. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know what he's fishing for here. Maybe deck cleaning. 120. Is Zoroark BKTD actually good? It's good. It's just there's other cards you want instead, like Enhanced Hammer. So hard to win my cups because I'm mediocre and Sam Chen and Zor is there. Oh, man, they're free to play. Easy to play against. We try to make Carbon work again for Dallas. Yes, I have an article coming out in about 3 weeks for it. I'm still trying to make it work. It's great typing, but it should get outsped by Zoroark when Safeguard doesn't work against GXs. Yes, your game plan against Zoroark is to just beat them in the face with a Landorus or a Lycanroc with a Focus Sash on it. I also play Sudowoodo, and I play Brooklet Hill now. I'm gonna play. When does a play become too slow? When you can't get your setup without being down by 2 or 3 prizes. Is Lonzo Zoroark a good call for Costa Mesa? Yes, Lonzo Zoroark is really really solid deck. And there's a new version coming out in Florida where everyone played lasers in it. Bro, you missed it. He cut Bridget for. Okay, there you go. Trade. Apparently, Zol just top deck DC off of the Nen, which is great for him, but now Pram is looking to just retreat off that Zoroark and force him to draw into Guzma. Did Azul get a tool? I did not watch. I was reading the comments. No, he didn't. Okay. That hurts a lot for Azul. I can see why Pram might make a comeback in this matchup. He needs to attack with the other Zoroark. He needs a Guzma KO here, and then attack with the other Zoroark. DCE, yeah. Give me those. Get him up here, boy. That damage Golly. Thank you. Bring up the Zoroark. DCE. Pop you in the mouth. Enhance hammer. What a lucky duck. Yeah, so Prim this turn is looking to Lycanroc up the following Gliscopod. And then smack it with the Lycanroc on the bench. You got a tool, it got blowered, okay. My friend seniors as well is kind of hype. Sounds spicy, it got blowered. Here comes Pram's 5-card combo. Pass, yeah. Trade. No? Ultra Balling. Okay. Dang, man. End a dead hand. Zoroark's just so busted. Such a great card. It's like a solid attacker, consistency. It retreats for the same cost or like less than what it already attacks with. Lordy. Oh, he got juice. Okay. So you bloodthirsty eyes up the Golly. Floatstone retreat. Strong energy, band, and then Kukui. And I think that's 210. Yeah, it is. 220 actually. Floatstone. Bloodthirsty eyes. Bring him up here. I want to talk to him. Treat. Home skillet. Strong energy. Band. Kukui. Pop my GX. Dangerous Rogue. Okay, I can see how he wins this game. Well, that was already the game-winning play. Yeah, those field blowers that Pram finally got to just did so much. Yeah, well played by Pram. This is why I just don't like playing Golly Zoro, honestly. Like, I hate the concept that my attacker gets trapped active after it just swung for 120, unless I draw into a DCE. And pretty whack. We're big. I don't even know what Azul's doing here. At this point, he kind of already knows the game's over, unless he can find Guzma plus energy for the Zoroark on the bench. But stay fighting to the last breath. These are top 8 really long games. 75 minutes, so you take all the time you need to play games out. I think that's the best part about Top Cut, is that you get so much time and you're like, alright, no rush, just make good plays and come out ahead. Searching discard pile, see what you got. What you got here? Give him a Sycamore. His final Guzma is prized, I think, for Pram, but might not necessarily matter. Is Zoroark a good play for my cup coming up? If there are a few Volk and a little bit of Buzz and Samir. Yeah, I play that. Why not stream on Twitch? Because streaming on YouTube is a little bit smoother. I can stream on Twitch too if I wanted to, but I figured I'd just do this once, so that way some people that are subscribers can get notified of it. And of course, we have more followers on YouTube than we do on Twitch, because we're hardly using Twitch. And our YouTube following was pretty big from the beginning. So he hits a tool, hits an energy. Treats 110s. Easy. Yeah, touch strong. 31, 51, 80. Yeah, claw slash die. Alright, good boy. Super well played by Prem there. That's pretty much why people give the matchup of Golly Zoro the advantage to the Lycanroc. It's because you have the dangerous rogue play that can KO the Gliscopod. I am actually super hungry, so I'm going to stop streaming for now. Come back, finish the VOD reviews later. For now, that's game 1, and we'll be back in a little bit. And that was me just finishing up our YouTube video. Alright, boys. I might be back later on tonight, or after I eat. I'm just super hungry. So, feel free to, like, message on my post on Hey Fonte and Verbank. Just, like, some thoughts or any other questions you guys might have. I'll answer them while I'm streaming later on stream. Until then, peace out. Take it easy.